Hello everyone, Monique's from the Pipeline channel on Discord. We are getting a Prowler variant, the Prowler Utility. No known Terran-made examples of this historical ship exist. Historians at Asperia started contemporary UPE military field reports to reconstruct this modified Prowler, used by the Terran military to deliver urgently needed supplies to the front lines. The Prowler Utility pairs a tractor beam with a fully accessible hold, alongside the warship's still significant armaments to make the transfer of cargo in battlefield conditions a precision operation. Did CRG lose members of the law team? This sounds absolutely terrible. This sounds like totally BS. Sorry. Prowler Utility loadout: 2 says 2 coolers, default are Heatsink. 1 says 2 power plant, default Eclipse. 4 says 2 shields, default Obscura. Weapons: 2 says 3, default Deadbolt 3, and 2 says 4, default Lightstrike 4. And she can carry 32 SU of cargo. And we have a video. CRG treats Prowler like shit, Prowler is way overpriced, and CRG stole the idea for the ship from Final Fantasy Cuphead. Why would anyone want to get a Prowler cargo variant, a ship that cannot even carry any vehicle? And we have paints for Prowler, Talon, and Syulen. Where are the hex code colors, Chris? Like most of CRG's very expensive paints, most of what you see here are just color swaps. Take existing 4 colors, replace with 4 new colors, profit! Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Going forward is now we'll be able to roll out, different sort of, first of all, the skins that we've already promised, but probably some new ones. And at some point, we'll allow tools for people to be able to sort of do their own paint job.
So essentially the process kind of begins with, we want to get these pre-configured schemes done. So you could, for example, go off and go, oh, you know what, I want a NASA themed kind of skin, or I want, a District 9 themed skin, or I want a pink Hello Kitty themed skin. And then essentially, we as artists create, well, basically the material files. They're tiny in memory. They're so small that we can have like hundreds of them if we want to, because they're all calling the same textures. That's what's done under the hood, okay? Once those material files are created and obviously named accordingly and sanity checked that the emblem is called emblem and the submaterial ID is called submaterial ID 1, 2, and 3, they have to be the same names. That's then handed to tech design to then kind of set that up with the loadout that they're putting together for that ship. Further forward, we want these kind of paint configurations to become hex codes. So if you're in like a guild of 20 players, and the clan leader said, all right, this is our paint scheme, there's going to be no like guessing work. Like, you get the hex code, you put it in there, and it automatically will say, oh, you know what, we've got matte black against yellow against pink, something crazy, and every ship in your fleet, you can put that hex code on and it will automatically go into that color configuration. So there's a lot of kind of cool things, and as artists we do this stuff all day every day, and we were just like, why wouldn't we give the end user this functionality? So that's the overall plan. There is a lot of kind of very things you have to be careful with when you're authoring the shaders for this stuff, so it can accommodate these options, but we're on top of that, and that's kind of, yeah, it's good. That's what we're doing on the initial kind of burst of ships right now. I think it's really cool, and it's really amazing to see like today I just kind of caught up with the guys and looked at what we're working on for that stuff, and there's like a fleet of 50 ships, all with different skins, all with different loadouts, and it injects color into the game. You can have your kind of personal things going on, which is kind of cool. If I was going to pick one to fly and customize myself, I've always got a sweet spot for the Avenger. If it was me I'd probably go for a dirty chrome kind of finish. The shape is just kind of so kind of primitive. To get some kind of highly reflective material on it, I think would just look super cool in space. So that's what I would go for.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.